6:31 PM. Wendy, can you please call roll?
Chair Ravindran,
Present.
Vice Chair McClintock,
Present.
Commissioner Fallenweider,
Here.
Commissioner Primo, Commissioner Rowland.
Present.
Chair, we have quorum.
Thank you. I'm going to ask everyone to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Agenda, are there any objections to the agenda? Seeing no objections, the agenda is approved. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes of our previous meeting?
Yes.
And can I get a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I move to approve the minutes from the April 10th, 2024 transitional regular meeting of the Littleton Licensing Authority.
Second.
Thank you. Wendy, will you call the vote, please?
I don't think you have to vote.
Open the voting.
Do we?
Okay, I think we do. Oh, I have to,
Minutes.
okay, please cast your vote. It's, okay,
The vote is 4 in favor, the motion carries.
thank you. Okay. If you wish to address the authority under public comment, which we're about to begin, please sign in on the public speaker form before the call to order of this meeting. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. The authority is not authorized by the Colorado Open Meetings Law to discuss, comment, or take action at the meeting or on any issue raised by public comment that is not part of tonight's agenda. The chair may refer the matter to staff to obtain additional information and report back as appropriate. I see no names on the public comment. Thank you. General business? Oh, no. Yeah, general business. Any general business from staff?
There's
Okay.
none.
And public hearing on LC Resolution 04-2024, approving a liquor license application for Littleton GS LLC, doing business as High Market, located at 5890 South Santa Fe Drive, Littleton, Colorado, 80120. Do we have the applicant present? Thank you. Would you care to join us to make a comment? I'm going to swear you both in at the same time, if you don't mind. If you wouldn't mind raising your right hand and answer my question. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give before this authority is truthful?
Is true.
I do.
I do.
Thank you. And would you mind stating your name, your full name, first name and last name, and spelling your last name for the recorder?
My full name is Gaurav Sharma. My last name is SHARMA.
Thank you.
Yes, good evening. My name is Patrick Maroney, last name Maroney.
Perfect, thank you. And are you the applicants for this application?
I'm representing the applicant, Mr. Sukhpreet Bajwa, who I work for
Great.
as a high market store chain manager.
Thank you. And did you have a comment that you wanted to make before we ask you questions?
We are doing business. This store is a gas station plus a convenience store. We are looking to have a ferment liquor license, basically the ferment beverage license, for the needs to address as customers are asking, neighborhood is asking. So that's all the comment I have for now, but open for all questions. Thank you.
you. Does anyone have a question for the applicant?
Yeah, I do. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. You'll be running the store, is that your role? You'll be the manager of this location?
I'm seeing over the manager The store manager is a Manish Kumar. He's right now presented at a store, but I frequently work there like 2 to 3 days a week, like 5 to 6 hours. So I'm looking over the store managers for all stores.
Right. Have you or the other gentleman had any other liquor licenses under your names?
We do have other liquor licenses.
And have you been cited for selling underaged?
No, not under a liquor license.
And do you have any other employees in your branch, you expect?
This branch, we have a one part-time.
And are there any training or other mechanisms you go through for ensuring that you respect the laws of the state regarding
So
alcohol?
I got training from Patrick in September 2023, and Manish got training in October 2023.
Great.
And we frequently do it whenever we hire a new employee. So within 15 days, we make sure he's trained for a liquor selling license.
Right. We see you did the notice or the seeking the needs and desires. Do we have the person who did the work? Oh, you did, Patrick. Great. Could you tell us a little bit about this, and particularly interested, obviously, in the individuals who were against?
Yes. My name is Patrick Maroney. I have a few companies. One of them is Alcohol Petitioning Services, where our employees do petitioning. But we have other consulting business also. My experience was up until 5 years ago, I was the state liquor enforcement director. And I retired 5 years ago. Now I do consulting, and we have a petitioning company. So we were hired by Littleton GS to do a petition. Let me give you a little bit of methodology of how we do this. All of our circulators are 21 years or older, and they have apparel of our company logo APS, and they have name tags, badges, and they have a tally sheet with them of two things. One is the petition, where people can say whether they either supported or opposed this liquor license. They also had a map that was provided by the city of Littleton, and they had a tally sheet of those people who did not wish to join in the petition. So we did petitioning on 2 different days, 2 circulators on Wednesday, the 22nd of May, 3 circulators on 23rd of May, which is a Thursday. Initial signatures, we got 85, 19 from businesses, 66 from residences. Of those, 68 were in favor, 17 were opposed. 3 of the opposition came from business, 14 from residents. So initially, 80% were in favor, 20% were against. The reasons that people gave to us why they didn't support, 2 people from residents says there was too many liquor stores. Even though it's not a liquor store, they sort of equated it to a liquor store. This is a beer and wine only. 1 person said it was too close to a school. 1 person was concerned about homeless population. 1 person from a business said it hurts small liquor businesses, so they opposed it. And then of the 17, 12 did not give a reason. They would not be willing, and we asked them. We definitely have a place on the form to say, please give us your reason why, so we can understand that. So we went to a total of 512 businesses and residences, which is a little bit above average, I would say. And that's because usually we try to get 100 signatures or more. In this case, it was a petition that wasn't, I guess, as participated in, put it that way. Going over 500 people, we expect to get well over 100 signatures. So we obtained 85 signatures. 290 people did not answer the door. 120 people, which is, I think, the highest I've ever seen in the last 2 years. 120 people were not wanting to participate. 1 business was closed, and 16 of the businesses did not have a owner or manager available to sign. Of the 120 that were not interested, 65 did not have an opinion. They're like, I don't care. 32 were not interested in participating in the petition, and 23 people were just too busy. Again, we do a sort of a statistical analysis of this, and 16.6% of the time that we attempted to get a signature or walked up somewhere, we got a signature. That's the lowest I've seen. It really has been lower. 41.5% of the time that we actually found someone who was eligible, signed. That's a little bit lower than average. It's usually about 60%. We could not find any signatures that would disqualify, like we're underage or not a manager or an owner in the area. Everybody who signed said they were a resident of the area, of the map, 21 years of age or older, or an owner or manager of a business within the map as well, 21 years or older. So if you take a look at the statistical analysis of needs and desires, you need desires of the same type of licenses in that neighborhood. Is there enough, is there not enough, do we need more or not? And if you take a look at the reasons that they obtained, 2 of them sort of fit that. The rest of them really don't. So if you take a look at that, if you remove the reasons that would not be really under the needs and desires, you have like a 97.1% approval of that issuance of a license. So I believe overall, even though the signature numbers were a little bit lower than the average, the intent to go over 500 places was well within the attempt to try to find the neighborhood desires, and anywhere between 80 at the low end and 97.1 on the high end were in favor of the issuance of this license. So I believe that needs and desires show a positive result.
Oh, one thing I wanted to ask, sorry. What else are you serving other than liquor and beer in this location?
It's beer and wine.
Sorry, beer and wine. Is that all that's being served in this particular?
Yeah, it's a gas, it's a package store that people buy to go, and yeah, just beer and wine.
I see, okay. So no other, like, food or?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, it's a
Okay.
convenience store, yeah. It's a full-blown convenience
Yeah,
store.
so, okay, just wanted to clarify. So it's a convenience store?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a convenience store. We sell candies, other beverages like Pepsi and Coke, and we do sell cigarettes over there too, and coffee. Please come.
I do want to point out one thing about the train that he mentioned. Is we also have I'm a certified trainer by Colorado to do the equivalent of tips. We have our own company that does that. And we certify people across the state doing seller server training that's been approved by the state. So all sellers will be trained by our company.
Can I just ask a question about the map? I'm looking at the map of, I see where the beer and wine coolers are, and then I see a walk-in cooler, and I think it says beer and wine storage, and I'm wondering if that is limited to just the people who work at the facility, or for like distributors who drop off, or does the public have access? Because I note that it's right to the right of the entrance. It looks like there's maybe 3 kiosks or some sort of shelving, and then right behind it is the walk-in cooler.
Behind a walk-in cooler, we are going to build a storage area for the beer, and it's out. We're gonna put a gate, a door to close it, because there is a restroom right next to it. We're not gonna keep it open, so it will be restricted to a store employees. Plus, it's gonna be when distributor is gonna deliver, they're gonna deliver in that area. We didn't want it to be like in an open, like in a store area, so it will be delivered right there.
So just a clarification, based on the map, it looks like there's the beer and wine storage is at the very back, and then there's something called a walk-in cooler before it. Is that what you're talking about?
So walking in a walk-in cooler, we're gonna put a cold storage, which will be very minimum, and the behind it where it says beer and wine storage, it will be for like a hot storage, but for the cold, because we're gonna have a front door filling coolers here. It will be not a walk-in over there. So we're gonna place amount of best sellers in a cooler. So when it's gonna be empty, we're gonna fill from there, and it will be secured too.
So are you saying the walk-in cooler is accessible to the public?
No, it is not.
And where are the best sellers going?
In a walk-in cooler.
But the public doesn't get to the best
No, no,
sellers.
no.
That's just for you to help you restock
Yes.
the coolers that are on the opposite side, on the
Yes,
left
ma'am.
side, as you enter, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The only areas that are for the public to access are the L-shaped space on the left, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes,
Or sort of in the
exactly.
northwest corner, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Does anyone have any other questions for the applicant?
I just had a question to follow on to that. The deliveries, are they going to come from outside directly into the building or through the store part? Is there access to
There is no excess, it's gonna come through the store.
Through the
part.
store, okay.
Yes.
And what are your hours over there, your hours of operation?
So, it's gonna, right now it's from 6 AM till 9 PM.
Are those gonna change when you said right now, as of now?
It depends upon the volume and the requirement, like if it's need to be open till 10, because after 8 it's pretty dead, to be honest, right now.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have comments or questions for the applicant?
Typically, you have one person that works a shift, be there in the evening by himself or by themselves?
Yes.
Okay.
Gentlemen? Thank you. Wendy, anything else?
I did check the signatures and they all were verified.
Appreciate it, thank you. Okay,
I do want to point out that this is my first time doing a petition in Littleton, you know, and we've been open about 2 years doing this, and just want to give kudos to Wendy. She was great. Wendy and Colleen were really, just really took time. I met with them, and we talked about all the things we needed to do, and she was very communicative via email and in person. So I just want to give them a thank you, because it's, it's a lot to do, and I just want to say thanks.
thank you, welcome. Thank you, gentlemen, you can sit down right now if you'd like to. Anyone have a motion?
You gotta
Oh, do I,
open
I'm
the-
so sorry, I have to do
public
public
hearing.
comment first. Apologies. I'm going to open the public comment portion of the public hearing at 6:48. I don't have any names on this, but it looks like, oh, I don't have any names. Does anyone wish to comment on the application? Seeing no comments, I'm going to close the public comment portion of the public hearing at 6:48. Questions? Any further questions? I'm going to call for a motion.
I move to approve the LC Resolution 042024, which grants the Littleton GS LLC DBA High Market 5890 South Santa Fe Drive, Littleton, Colorado, 80120, a fermented malt beverage and wine liquor license subject to approval by the Colorado Liquor Enforcement Division and based upon the reasonable requirements of the neighborhood, the desires of the adult inhabitants as evidenced by petitions, remonstrances, or otherwise, and all other reasonable restrictions that may be placed upon the neighborhood by the local licensing authority.
Second.
Thank you. I'm going to call for a vote. Please cast your vote on the motion on the table. I think that's everyone, Wendy?
Close it.
Excellent, thank you.
The vote is in favor, the motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you. Am I calling for another public? Nope. Okay.
No, you're just calling for reports.
Oh, yeah. So now I will ask for the city attorney or the city clerk if they have a report they'd like to make.
Thank you, no report.
Oh,
There is no applications for next month, so unless something comes up, we shouldn't have a meeting. I will let you know, of course, the week before, so you'll know to look for your packet or the email from me that says you're off the hook. And I would like to introduce Kim Fresquez.
hello.
She is starting to work for the city clerk's office as our new records analyst. She has a big job to do to get our records all up to snuff. So, welcome, Kim.
Welcome.
And she might fill in for me a time or two, so.
Fantastic. Thank you. Commission members, anybody have a report they'd like to make? Nothing, thank you. I have nothing either. With no further business, I adjourn this meeting at 6:51 PM.